Hi. Today we will solve one GATE question that came in the year 2000. Okay, it's a very interesting question. And before watching this video, you should watch my previous video in which I have explained a typical deadlock problem which may occur in the semaphore. Okay, and even if you have not watched that video, then also don't worry, because in this video I will make everything clear. Okay, so just see the question, what's written. Let m0, m1, m2 up to m4 be the mutexes. Okay, so here the mutex are given in an array form. Okay, what is mutex? Mutex means binary semaphore. Okay, so the mutex are given in an array form like this. Here I write, fine, there is an array, and the index are up to 4. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Fine. Okay. And there are processes from P0 to P4. Okay. The processes are P0, P1, P2, P3, and P4. Fine. Suppose each process Pi, I may be 0, 1, 2, 3 up to 4. Okay. Uh, Suppose each process Pi executes the following code. So here a code is written. Okay, here a code is written for a process to enter inside the critical section. So this first line, just wait. This first line, it represents the entry section code. In order to get the entry into the critical section, a process Pi must execute this line. After that, you see there is a semicolon. So after that, the process will execute this line, and after successfully execution of this line, the process will enter into the critical section. And this is the exit code. Okay. So what they have asked to select the, actually this code is not written properly. Okay, there is something wrong in this code. So they have asked you to detect the problem. So this code could, so what are the options? Thrashing, deadlock, starvation but not deadlock, none of these. Okay, so we will see what's the actual problem in the code. So before that, let's first analyze the code. Okay, so you see, we know that a binary semaphore variable is usually initialized as 1. Okay, so here all the binary semaphore variables m0, m1, m2, m3, m4 all are initialized as 1. Okay, and now you see a process Pi has to execute this code. Okay, a process Pi has to execute this code. Suppose I am talking about process P0. Fine. So what I will write? So what is the code for process P0? The code for process P0 is, here I am writing P0, okay, because it's a code for process P0. What's the code for process P0? Wait m of 0. Here I is 0. Okay, wait m of 0. So rather than writing wait, I will use the term P. Okay, it's better to use shorthand notation. So here I will write P m of 0. Fine. And after that, what's written? After executing this line, the process P0 will have to execute this line. Wait m of I plus 1 mod 4. P m of I plus 1. What is 0 plus 1? 0 plus 1 is 1. M of 0 plus 1 is 1 mod 4. Mod 4. So what is 1 mod 4? We all know 1 mod 4 is 1. So rather than writing 1 mod 4, it's better to write 1. Okay. So what is the significance of this mod 4? We will see it after some time. Okay, don't worry. So it's a code of process P0. So after executing this code, a process P0 can enter inside the critical section, and after that, this there is an exit section code. Okay, so it's not required to write this. Okay, so after P0, I am writing the code for process P1. Okay, so what is the code for now the I is 1. fine. So P m of I, it means what? M of 1. Okay, then P, what's written? M of I plus 1 mod 4. What is I plus 1? I is 2, 1 plus 1 is 2. What is 2? So here it is 2. Then 2 mod 4. What is 2 mod 4? 2 mod 4 is always 2. Okay, so rather than writing 2 mod 4, it's better to write 2. Fine. And after that, the process can enter the critical section. So let's write the code for P2. What's the code for process P2? Let's write it out. So I'm writing fast. Pm of 2, then Pi plus 1. I is 2, 2 plus 1 is 3. Then 3 mod 4 is 3. So rather than writing m of 3 mod 4, it's better to write m of 3. Then it comes P3. Pm of 3. Then, okay, just wait here. You see now the value of I is 3. Fine. So here it's fine, m of 3. But here what we will write? What is I plus 1? Since the value of I is 3, therefore I plus 1 is 4. Okay. Then after that, if you will apply mod 4 operation on 4, then what is 4 mod 4? What is 4 mod 4? 4 mod 4 is obviously 0. Okay. In modulus, we take the remainder. So 3 plus 1 is 4. 4 mod 4 is 0. So here I will write m of 0. Okay. And what is the code for process P4? P m of 4. Okay. And after that, what's written? P. Now, just wait. You see, the value of I is 4 this time. Fine. So, I plus 1 is 4 plus 1. 4 plus 1 means what? 5. So, 5 mod 4. What is 5 mod 4? 5 mod 4 is obviously 1. What is the remainder? If you divide 5 by 4, it's obviously 1. So, here I will write P m of 1. Okay. So, you see, till now what I have done, I have written the entry section code for all the processes. Okay. This is an entry section code for process P0. This one is process for this one is for process P1. This one is for process P2 up to P4. I have written the entry section code. Okay. So let's see what's wrong with the code. Fine. So suppose initially a CPU is with process P0. Okay. A CPU is with process P0. Then process P0 will try to run this code to enter into the critical section. Let's see what will happen. So here you can see m of 0 is 1. Okay, the mutex value is 1. Then obviously process P0 will apply P operation or wait operation on m of 0. Okay, it will successfully execute this line. After that, process P0 will come here at this point. So after applying wait operation on m of 0, the value of m of 0 will become 0. Okay, so it will become 0. Fine, it has become 0. Okay, so now the process P0 is here. Okay, so before process P0 could apply wait operation here, before process P0 could execute this code, context switching happened. Fine, and now CPU is given to process P1 now. Okay, so what process P1 will do? P1 will execute this line Pm of 1. What is m of 1? M of 1 is 1. So definitely P1 will successfully execute this line. Okay, thereby making the value of m of 1 as 0. So m of 1 will become 0. Fine. And after that, process P1 will come here. And before process P1 could execute this line, again there will be a context switching, and now CPU is given to process P2. Okay. So now process P2 will apply wait operation here. Pm of 2. Okay, m of 2 is 1. M of 2 is 1. So now process P2 will make it as 0. And after that, process P2 will come here. Okay. and after that you see CPU is given to process P3. Fine. And now process P3 will apply P operation on M of 3. What is the value of M of 3? M of 3 is 1. So P3 will make it as 0. Okay. And after that P3 will come here. Fine. And now, and now process P4 will, now again there is a context switching and CPU is given to process P4. Okay. And process P4 will apply PM of 4. What is M of 4? M of 4 is 1. So P4 will make it as 0. After that P4 will come here. Okay. So now, again suppose CPU is given to process P0. Fine. If CPU is given to process P0, then you see what will happen. You see here, P0 will start from this point because P0 have already executed up to here. So P0 will start from this point. Okay. So what will happen, you see here, what is the P0 will try to execute wait operation on M of 1, but M of 1 is 0. Okay. But the mutex value is 0. And I already told you that if the mutex value is 0, then the process can't successfully execute the wait operation on it. Okay. So here it means what? What will happen? Since the value of 1 is 0, so process P0 is blocked here. Okay. So process P0 is blocked at this point. Fine. And if suppose CPU is given back to process P1, okay, process P1 will start from here because process P1 has already executed this line P of M of 1. So what will happen when process P1 will try to execute this line M of 2? So what is the value of M of 2 now? It is 0. Okay, it is 0. Initially it was 1. P2 has made it as 0. Okay, so now since M of 2 is 0, then process P1 can't successfully execute wait operation on M of 2. Okay, so it means what? Process P1 will also get blocked. Fine. Now CPU is given back to process P2. So process P2 will try to execute PM of 3. What is the value of M of 3? M of 3 is also 0. Okay, so it means what? Process P2 will also get blocked. Okay. Now CPU is given back to process P3. Fine. So let's see what will happen. Process P3 will start from here. So process P3 will execute this line PM of 0. Okay, but M of 0 is 0. Which was M of 0 is 0. So it means what? Process P3 can't successfully execute wait operation on M of 0. So process P3 is also blocked. And in the same way, when CPU is given back to process P4, when process P4 will try to execute wait operation on M of 1. So M of 1 is 0. So P of 4 is also blocked. So here you can see that all the processes are blocked at their respective position. So none of the process could execute the second line of their entry section code. P0 could not execute wait operation on P of 1. P1 could not execute wait operation on P of M2 like this. Okay. So ultimately, no process can't get the entry inside the critical section. Fine. So what is this condition? This condition is called deadlock. This condition is called deadlock because all the processes are blocked at their respective position. Okay. So I hope you got it. Fine. Okay. Thank you.